Hey, it's Network. It's Lay, and today we have a very special guest, Sean Christopher.
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm Sean Christopher, singer-songwriter from Detroit, Michigan. And yeah,
Mhm. As we should.
grateful to be on board this podcast. I'm honored for real.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here. So before we get started, let's jump into your news project. You like to say like each letter or say it like as like a
So
acronym
it's like short, it's like an abbreviation for until now.
until now. Okay,
UNTLNW. Yeah.
I like that. So until now deluxe. It seems
Mhm.
like you've added about 5 songs,
Yeah.
and how's that project been going?
Actually, it's been going completely, been going great, to be honest with you. Um, like within the past month, been getting a lot of love, a lot of different reaction. Influencers have been reacting to some of my music, so and that's
Okay,
definitely been helping the numbers out and stuff like that. So
make a
yeah.
difference. That's real.
hmm
Okay. So what like sparked or like crafted the theme for this project?
So believe it or not, like I was supposed to put out a project, like an album, 3 years ago,
Hmm.
but personal issues, you know what I'm saying, got in the way of that. And some just told me like, yo, it's time. You need to put out a project because I never really put out like a large body of work. It's always just been like singles or EPs.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to, put out something new going into 2026,
All together. You got price tag, be there, show me. Okay. I'm seeing them.
hmm
So how would you say that? So you kind of already answered how it differs. So that's good. And then, so let's go back to until now. What influenced you to make the title?
So until now is my brand, and I don't know if you can see, but
Hmm.
it's on my chain until now, UNTLNW.
Okay.
And so pretty much I came up with the brand back in 2018, 2019. And pretty much what until now stands for is it means like it's like a turning point. Like everything negative has happened until now. Like people doubted me until now. Like anything you can possibly imagine that like negatively has happened until now. You know what I'm
That's
saying? So
real.
and then like as you can see, like the triangle, like the symbol, it
Hmm.
symbolizes change.
Okay.
So yeah,
And strength is one of the strongest shapes. I can get that
exactly,
through.
exactly.
So what specific moment cultivated until now? Like was it changes you went through throughout life, or was there one moment where you're like, "This is what I'm
So
gonna take with me"?
there was like events simultaneously going on in my life. There was specifically a relationship
Hmm.
that I went through that was not the best. It was kind of toxic. And then also there was a moment in my career where I was kind of stagnant.
Yeah,
And I had all these connections in the industry. A lot of people in the industry knew about me, and but the thing is, I never really got my flowers. I was kind of slept on. So it's like I created until now as like a movement for like anybody who is like the underdog, whichever field they have gone through, like whichever field, like whether it be music, um, sports, you know what I'm saying, if you will.
hmm.
Like it's like something for somebody to relate to. You know what I'm saying? So
No, they were going to
it's not even just secluded to music. It's like in general, like the underdog.
almost like an anthem for life to live by.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that.
Uh-huh.
So, can you kind of like give us a picture of what it's like in the studio? Like, what's a typical day? Is it chaotic, or are your recording sessions more fun?
So, to believe it or not, I record myself. It wasn't always that way. Um, when I attended Morehouse, I would usually just in Atlanta, I would go to the studio after class and have an engineer record my stuff. And
Mhm.
that experience was kind of like hectic because the engineer really couldn't see my vision. And always used to have to tell him like, okay, I need it done this way and that way. We didn't really see eye to eye. So I really just started to like I invested in my own equipment, started recording myself, and eventually ended up like mixing my own stuff.
Okay.
So I've been recording myself for about roughly 8, 9 years now.
No world. How old
So
are you?
I just turned 30 New Year's Eve.
Happy birthday! Happy or late birthday.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Welcome.
So what I do is my process is I get the beat, of course, and I lay down the melodies and the harmonies and stuff like that. and then afterwards I add words to it and I do punch-ins.
I like that. So
Hmm.
would you say that music seems to be like a piece of therapy now for you at this point
Definitely.
for yourself?
So I've been writing and making music since like middle school, and I kind of use that as like
Mhm.
an escape route to escape like any negativity that was going on in my life. Because I used to be bullied. I used to get bullied, believe it or not. Like,
Well,
'cause I wasn't always this handsome.
listen, so I used to get bored too. I already know.
Yeah, so I used to get bullied. I used to lock myself in a room for hours and just record music, just go in for hours. So yeah.
That's kind I mean, and it makes a difference. I am a music person. I can kind
Mhm.
of sing, but I don't like to make music. I feel like there's a sense of humility you have to create
Yeah,
music that I just
definitely.
can't get with yet. But the next question is when a listener finishes the project, what's like the main emotion or takeaway? Well, you already kind of said it. You want people to feel like they should be able to do whatever they can put their mind to. But is there a main emotion maybe in this next album that you want people to understand?
So my music content usually consists of relationship issues. So my main goal ultimately, when somebody's done listening to my music or like my project, I want them to take away the fact that they're not going through whatever they're going through alone. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's like being cheated on, whether it's just like anything like manipulation or being slept on, I want to know they're not going through it alone. You know what I'm saying? So like and I'll give an example. Like Drake has done a good job at like, you know, displaying these type of situations. And that's why he's so relatable. And that's the
Yeah.
recipe. That's the recipe, being relatable with your music. So I've been following his blueprint. I've been following like even 90s R&B, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to love and relationships. So and believe it or not, like I've had family that was a part of the upbringing of Motown.
Hey, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Period.
So,
I
yeah.
like that.
Mhm. And I'm from Detroit, Michigan, so
Yeah. So it's the
yeah.
heart. It's the heart of the
Mhm.
city. I like how you keep calling them projects as well. Like this isn't just like a thing to you. This is a whole something you've truly created. Okay.
Right, right.
I feel like I had a separate question. Oh yeah. What's like so hmm, I guess we can make it specific to Detroit. Who is the most influential figure from like the Motown days for you?
Mm, Motown. I say I say probably if not Michael Jackson, probably well the Jackson Five, probably like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
His songwriting and his cadence and the
Articulate.
way he
Yeah.
was able to tell a story, like everything just meshed so like perfectly and so well.
When I went to that museum, I went to Detroit because I went to the Motown Museum
Yeah.
2 3 years ago, and
Mhm.
like being in the actual room where they created it, I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
it was
Yeah.
real.
Without Motown, there would be no like urban culture. Like
Not even close.
it started with Motown. Everything started with Motown. Like there will be no like what's So Def, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Like there will be no So Def, there will be no Atlanta scene, you know what I'm saying?
That's
You gotta think about it.
that
And
is true.
like my aunt, Elaine Watkins Baker, she was in a group called the
Mhm.
Shelfantes, and they were signed to Mercury Records. And she was also in a group called with Diana Ross before Diana
Yeah.
Ross was the Supremes.
Yes, that's
And then
if I'm
I
not mistaken. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, is that the one where they were like the kind of like a group you could bring up for backup singers in a
Yeah,
sense? Yeah.
exactly. And then I have an uncle named Sonny Baker. He was in a group called the Dynamics. I don't know if you heard of a song called Sugar Pie Honey Bunch.
Yes, sugar.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, what the? Come on
he
now,
was in
I'm
that
not
group,
that culture.
and
What?
he was the last surviving member of the Dynamics, and he passed away in 2023.
What? Oh, well, rest in peace,
Yeah,
man. That is nuts.
and I
What?
also have another uncle. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you
You're
off.
okay.
But I have
Keep going.
another uncle named Rokel Payton, and he took his father's place. And I don't know, have you heard of the Four Tops?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, the Four Tops. Like you gotta look them up. So
Yeah.
yeah, they played a huge part as well.
So yeah. So if you love old schools, look up for tops. I will
Mhm.
be doing that later.
Yeah.
Okay. So going back to the just one more question about your album. What was your biggest lesson you learned while creating this project?
Patience. Like I've always
Thank you.
one thing that I've always run into, like situation that I've run into is like I'm more so like the younger me was more so conflicted with
Mhm.
trying to prove myself instead of like literally taking like I was always in a rush to prove people wrong instead of taking my time and doing the due diligence to make a I guess a timeless record or a timeless project, if you will.
What you
So
actually want.
and as I've gotten older, I've learned patience and I've learned like, okay, other people's opinions don't matter. When you put it out, you'll put it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with this project, I really took my time, did my due diligence, and I literally went through every single and I critiqued every single, single on the project. So
Okay, you gotta take your time. It makes a difference.
exactly.
It is something you learn in life.
Mhm.
So what is one of the most significant financial sacrifices you've made for your art?
Sheesh. So that's a good question, man. So I think, all right, so this may not be in line exactly with what your question is, but I attended Morehouse, right, for 2 years, but I ended up dropping out of Morehouse to pursue music full time. So it's like I took that risk to, you know what I'm saying? I took that risk. I could have like literally been working for somebody else's company, you know what I'm saying, making like six figures plus or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, just working in the cubicle doing that, right? But like I put out a song called Chillouette back in 2016 and it started catching buzz. And I remember like one time I was in class and someone told me to just go on Twitter and look up Chillouette. And that was the name of the single that I put out. And I kid you not, I literally started scrolling down Twitter. There were like hundreds of tweets about the single. I'm like, what the hell? Like, and I literally walked out of class. And then a week later, Atlantic Records hit me up, Capitol
Yeah.
Records hit me up, and I'm like, you know what? I had to talk to my brother who also went to Morehouse before me. He told me like, yo, if this is really what you want to do, follow your dream. So it's been a long journey because like that was exactly it will be tomorrow will mark a year since I'm sorry 10 years since I put out Chillouette.
Yeah.
10 years tomorrow, and like I took that risk. You know what I'm saying? But of course, like being an independent artist for 10 years, it's not going to be smooth sailing. There's going to be
Up
it's
and
going to be
down.
obstacles, roller coasters, up and down. You know what I'm saying? So I was willing to take that risk.
Sometimes you gotta take risks. I feel like you you're probably a lot happier than you would have been if you would have
Definitely,
gone.
because I see a lot of people now like that I went to Morehouse with that aren't really happy with their careers. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they have a degree, their diploma just sitting on the shelf. They're not doing anything with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm satisfied.
Hey, that's all you should be in life.
Yeah.
So with being a single artist in the industry, what is one of the most what is the most brutal pieces of feedback you've ever received, if you can remember it?
That's a good question. You coming with the questions.
Me too.
Uh One of the most brutal pieces of advice that I've received in the industry.
Mhm.
This is when I was younger, and when I this is like one of my first meetings with Atlantic Records. I was like 19, 20. Um, they told me I needed to critique my vocals. Like my vocals wasn't on the part. And if you listen to my older music, you'll be able to hear it. Like,
Okay.
but at the time, I was kind of like I was young. I was, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't as humble. So it's like I was
Mhm.
like,
I hear
what?
that. Yeah.
So
Not
and
trying to hear that.
right. So it's like Atlantic was trying to put me in like a pub deal. So like doing songwriting and stuff. So like they were trying to put me in songwriting sessions with Seven Streeter and like other people. And so and it's crazy because like I wish I would have took that pub deal at the time, but because it would have got me to where I wanted to be ultimately. It would have been another avenue to get to where I wanted to be. But yeah, that was one of the most brutal pieces of advice. But throughout those years, I've learned to like I've critiqued my sound, my vocals have gotten better. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
my songwriting has gotten better.
I also
So
believe that like
I'm
as you grow, sorry.
no, I'm just saying I'm grateful for it. So I can't complain at this point.
Yes. I also feel like as I've grown older, my voice has gotten it's just changed. The vocal cords have literally just changed.
Hmm.
And so yeah. What's a common myth about the music industry that you'd like to bust?
Hmm. A common myth about the music industry. Okay, so a lot of people like to say that your plan B is down on your plan A. So pretty much like what I've seen from what I've observed, a lot of artists quit their 9 to 5 too early
Yeah.
and wing it and try to like just take on a full music career, just like full on. And it's like you need something to invest into your music. You know what I'm saying? So and it's like, I'm not gonna lie, that was me in the beginning. So it's like I was working at furniture stores, warehouses, and stuff early on, and I wish I was humbled at an early stage. But it's like you need that 9 to 5 to invest into your career, and that's something that I wish I would have, you know what I'm saying, known earlier on.
Yeah. That's you gotta learn. You gotta live and learn.
Hmm.
You gotta be able to pay the studio time, that's for sure. Studio time is more expensive than I thought it was.
You know what's crazy? I've literally started mixing and mastering my own stuff like within the past 5 years,
That's
and it's crazy because the speaker company, like the
Mhm.
speakers that I was using for like the past 5 7 years, I just entered a brand partnership with them like last year. So
Yeah.
it's like a full
Sorry.
circle moment. Yeah.
It's so hard.
Mhm.
we So when people say music is like sports, how do you feel about that? Have you ever heard of that?
No, I have not.
I've never heard of
But
that actually.
music is like sports. I mean, in a sense, I used to play sports as well. Like sports was my first love before music. I ran track, played baseball, basketball. I even played hockey.
Hockey?
So yeah, yeah, it's not typical to you hear a black person. You know what I'm saying?
Hockey
But yeah,
just
so it's like you have to train. You have to like put in the work. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Everything is repertory. So you have to put in the work to get to where you want to be ultimately. You know what I'm saying? You're just not like gonna be a D1 athlete overnight. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be a top singer or a instant hit maker overnight. It takes reps. It takes time. It takes, you know what I'm saying? It takes development,
Space. You gotta keep then you gotta
space and development.
discipline.
Exactly. So
Hmm.
in that aspect, I can see where that saying comes in at.
Yes. My way when I was thinking of, I'm kind of like I can see it as in like you do have a team. You could have a full team around you that's like supporting you. And there is other places and other teams that you're trying to beat, but like at the same time, there's a league that each of your teammates are trying to get into as well. So it's like that kind of like that. I don't know, like in a bigger
Hmm.
scale. I can see it. I can see it.
Right.
Yeah, and but I feel like there's also well, even the creative like creativity part, like portion of it. You put into it who you are.
Hmm.
You like certain, I guess, what are they? Players because of what they give and who they are. That's real.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All right, we're about to get a little deep.
Okay.
I'm looking forward. Okay. So, what's your biggest fear of this journey that you're about to go on or that you're on?
Sheesh. My biggest fear is not reaching my full potential.
Hmm.
Um, but I honestly feel like I've already lived my biggest fear. Like
Yeah.
so, I've had motion before. Like I'm having motion right now with this album, with this project that I put out
Mhm.
back in December. But I've had motion before and I lost the motion due
Yeah.
to distractions with relationships or life situations. But it's all about how you capitalize on certain moments. Um, but yeah, like that's really it. Losing momentum.
Yeah. That's good. And then that's good because I feel like a lot of people they just fear that like I I agree. I agree.
Hmm.
So you kind of already answered that one. Have you ever had a creative block?
Heck yeah. What? So I've had I had a writer's block from 2024, like August 2024 to I want to say as recently as like right before I started working on the album, like this past summer, like I couldn't come up with squat like for like a whole year, almost a year. Man, like during those moments, I've learned like when you're going through a writer's block or a creative block, you have to go out and experience things to be able to write to have something to write about. You know what I'm saying? So, and I wish I would have known that earlier because like I used to just like try to keep taking jabs at it and taking jab after jab, trying to get back into my creative flow. And those were the times where I really needed to really go out into the world and experience things. Because I found myself writing about heartbreak after heartbreak. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's more to life than just that. I need to go out and experience life so I can write about other things. Because it's hard for me to write about something that I'm not going through.
That is true. Also, I feel like with like relationships and love, I feel like seeking the outside life gives you something to bring to the table as well, or to understand from the situation. So that's real.
Exactly.
So when let's say like so when you got out, you said this summer. So like when you got out, how did you know like when a song was finished? How do you feel when you're done creating that piece?
So that's a good question. Um, how do I know that I'm done? It's just it's a feeling,
Yeah.
you know? Like the experiences that I've had, it's like when I'm listening to it, like I'll when I'm done mixing a song, I'll do the speaker test, I'll do the car test, I'll do the headphones test. And if I'm not like if I don't get those goosebumps or like that feeling in my stomach that this is the one or this is it, then I will continue to go back to the drawing boards. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a spiritual or emotional connection, if you will.
Yeah. That's like the understanding of you
Exactly.
know when you hit like when you're listening to the beach sounds and like you get that feeling.
Hmm.
It's kind of like I feel like that was that's how the feeling will be like that
Yeah,
calming like this is it.
exactly.
I can see it.
Exactly.
So when you're making songs or just in period, do you ever feel that pressure to like make a hit song or to appeal to the masses?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck
How
yeah.
do you deal
But
with that?
um as I've gotten older, I've learned to like I used to just write for like solely just therapeutic purposes.
Mhm.
So it's like I didn't really care if it was like a hit or not. I just found myself writing to just get something off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Same.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like but I'm grateful to have like a team of producers or like people in my circle to like I can send the song to. And like I depend on their opinions as well. But ultimately I depend on mine. But it's good to have like a team or a group of creatives that can, vouch for you or like, you know what I'm saying, give you feedback.
I used to get into it. That's
No
yeah.
yes man, no. No yes man. We don't do that over here.
That'll be your quickest downfall.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So with the industry, you speak on your producers and people around you, but what is one of the most important networking methods that has like truly developed for your career, helped develop your career?
Uh, so can you answer that question
Mhm.
again? I'm sorry.
So let me say it in more of a like technical term. What's the best way to network to you?
Oh, so in Atlanta, it's always good to get into like writer camps and like work with as many producers as possible. Cause
Mhm.
like your producer, like, it's always good it's good to have form a connection or like a bond with producers because your producers are play a huge part in your sound. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I've been grateful and blessed to have producers in my circle who are like Grammy Award winning. Shout out to Zay Bands. Shout out to Songs from
Mhm.
Ike. Um, yeah, those are producers who have they've won Grammys within the past 2 years. But
Mhm.
yeah, like they've been responsible for helping me find my sound. Because to believe it or not, like before I started finding my own sound, like if you go back to listen to my old music,
Mhm.
like I have like a Toronto inspired sound.
Drake, Drizzy.
Yes.
Okay.
So like I really just you know what I'm saying? Like as years went on, I started to find myself and started to like put a twist to my, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And find myself.
So you're currently still in Atlanta?
No, so right now I'm in
Right.
Detroit temporarily.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you want to go back to Atlanta?
Hell no. No. So I'm going to LA next. I'm going to LA by the end of the year. And
How
I've
have
I've
you?
always I've been in I'll go to LA like multiple times throughout the year. So
You gotta
mm.
love it there. If I love LA, but it's a city. It's definitely like a watch your back.
What you mean?
I feel like not even like that. Just how they not let alone the homelessness and how they just allow that to just be. Like there's more like
It's weird, like a
worry
lot of
about
weird
yourself.
people.
Yes, you gotta make sure you
Yeah,
worry about yourself
there
and
are a
not
lot
open
of
up for you.
yeah, there are a lot of weird people in the industry out there.
Mm, I couldn't. But it is a
Right.
great place.
Yeah.
If you could change one thing about the current, if you could change one thing about the current music industry to make it easier for all artists, what would it be?
If I can change one thing about the industry, I mean, I feel like right now we're in a state where we don't need labels or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I really like how the industry is right now. So I really wouldn't change anything. Um, but if you were to ask me the same question, pre-COVID, I
Yeah,
would I would have said like, um, your creative control and how artists were being paid out by the labels.
yeah,
But it's like me, like I'm independent. So it's like I like where I'm at right now because like I can have full creative control. I can just utilize social media all day. Like every time I post a song or a visual, I got influencers responding to my stuff all day long. So it's like this is a perfect time. You know what I'm saying? Like you can literally have your own budget and just go like use Instagram ads, have influencers like you know what I'm saying, react to your stuff.
yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's like I like the current state because the way that independent artists are coming up right now is really like just is making a statement that labels aren't needed. And as you can see, labels are really dying out right now. So I
It's,
like how it is right now, to be honest with you.
it is. Labels, I feel like they should like change it from such long contracts. If they make like where, oh, we're gonna produce this and help you, put out two, three good songs for we
Yeah.
get this cut, they would make so much more money. I feel like that would be smarter. But my
Yeah.
next question would be, what are the trends that labels go off of? Like, so they just like they have marketing people that go and look through all social media, all like
Oh,
networks and try to find what's popular.
yeah. So that's what it is. It's a popularity contest these days. It's not. It's just based off numbers. It's not based off talent these days, and that's why that's one of the biggest downfalls of these labels right now. Because it's like you want the artists to come with the numbers and everything right now, but it's like a lot of the independents artists are saying f the labels. Like they're why depend on a label where you can do everything yourself. So
And the quality be just as good.
exactly.
Or better, if not.
Hmm.
What's one piece of advice you received that kept you from ever giving up?
One piece of advice. This might sound cliche, but like don't give up because like all it takes is one yes out of those thousand no's. So You know what I'm saying? Like you today you might feel like you want to give up. Like, okay, I'm gonna put out my last single, and that's it. Like, okay, so um, I've had a few heavy hitters in the industry reach out to me just last week alone.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I've been trying to find my niche or find my place in the industry for so long. And if I would have never put out this album, I probably would have never got the other connections. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You sound like a true writer, like a true, like you truly love writing. To me,
Hmm.
that's what I'm getting from it. I love it. That, but and also one thing I like to say is like cliches are cliches for a reason. Like you can't something if it happens a lot, it just might
Hmm.
so happen to be the truth as well.
Exactly.
So so what is one piece of advice you would give to somebody just starting into the industry?
All right. Okay. Don't depend on your inner circle. Like, so, okay, let me rephrase this. If you have an inner circle or the people you're surrounded by who are doesn't know diddly squat about the industry or anything with what you're trying to do, don't depend on them for advice because 9 out of 10, the people that you depend on for advice, they're not doing what they want to do in life for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I have had family and friends tell me, okay, maybe it's time to take a look into something else. You know what I'm saying? You've
Yeah.
been doing this for quite a while. Maybe you need to do something else. But what I've realized is that, like I said, the people who have given me this advice, they're not doing what they want to do. And I want to say this: the only person who has really pushed me to just go for the gold is my stepfather, who literally is doing what he wants to do in life. Like he's an architect.
Yeah.
I'm literally sitting in his office right now. You know what I'm saying? So
That's you gotta take so like be surround yourself with like-minded individuals, but even then still don't expect them to fully see your whole perspective.
exactly.
I like that. I like that. So
Mhm.
if you had to give just one, actually, I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna get. We got about three more, like kind of, real questions.
Yeah.
So, what is your strategy for creating unique, high-value experiences for fans, such as exclusive, like live-only content or limited physical releases?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My fault. Can you ask that again?
No. See, I read it so like so. What do you do to make your people feel special, like those that listen to you and take you in? Like, do you give like secret drops? Like, what's something you do to make your fans feel special?
That's a good question. And is it to be completely transparent? I need to do better at connecting with my listeners. But as of lately, I've been like literally responding to DM after DMs on a personal aspect. So like I've been getting DMs every day, like, oh, I love your music, or I do music myself, yada yada yada. I try to just give them advice on what to do. If they ask me for a feature, I try to work with their budget, you know what I'm saying? Like if they're
That's
good
fun.
though, if they're good, you know what I'm saying? If they're
Yeah,
good, I try to work with their budget. Like I come down on the price just to let people know, like, hey, I'm still human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible. So
that's real. That's actually because a lot of people feel like aren't like that. I feel like so a lot of people feel like they can only work with those above them to show their worth, and it's like
because you never know, like the man below you can literally surpass you at any moment. And
and then you up.
I've been a good example or a prime example of me surpassing people that I've looked up to in the industry.
Yeah, and then man. How do you
Hmm.
balance the need for creating music with time intensive demands?
I'm sorry. Can you ask that again? I'm sorry.
You're okay. How do you juggle the like handling responsibilities of life while
Oh,
also
okay.
trying to give like all to your music?
So it's all about time management. It's
Mhm.
all about time management. So, um, pretty much I've gotten better with scheduling and all that stuff. I just make sure I carve out a time in my day where like, okay, I block off a certain time. Okay, this time is dedicated to so and so, and then you know what I'm saying. Like,
Mhm.
but lately, as I've moved back to Detroit, like I've been having a lot more time for my music. So
Mhm. That's sure. So what can fans look forward to from you in the next 6 to 12 months?
So after this deluxe, I plan on dropping merch, and I plan on doing more shows and tours.
Yes.
I haven't done any shows or tours since 2023. So, but the feedback that I'm getting on this album, I gotta do some shows. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Got
Hmm.
so you want to? Where do you plan on doing the shows at? Like main spots like Chicago, Detroit, and
Yeah.
maybe
So
New York, or like.
as I'm looking at let me go look at my demographics. So like my top city, believe it or not, is Detroit, and it wasn't always like that. So I'm glad to have the hometown advantage. Um, Let me see. So definitely, I want to do some shows over in the Midwest, in the UK. That's the
Mhm.
secondary, my secondary fan base, and Canada. So
What?
yeah.
Mhm. The UK.
Hmm.
All right. So since you make relationship music, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of like women fans, I want to ask like questions they may want to know.
Yeah.
On so when you make, let's make like let's do like a good love song. When you make a good love song, what is your favorite love song that you created?
That's a good question. Uh, a favorite love song that I've created. I can't really answer that, to be honest with you. I don't really have a favorite. Um, but if I have to choose, yeah, no, I can't answer that.
Yeah.
That's a tough question. I'm sorry. Like my
Okay.
catalog is so like over the
But
years, I've expanded my catalog. My catalog is so broad now that I can't just choose one.
one. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I can't think of any more off the top. So we're gonna go to the next. So this next section is going to be rapid fire.
Okay.
So the first question, you can have one line, but the next one, we're gonna do as short as possible.
Okay.
Okay. So welcome to Rapid Fire. So if you had to give your favorite rap album of all time, just one, give me it.
Damn. Rap album?
Mm-hmm.
That's a god damn, man. Let me see. Mm, just strictly rap?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay. Hold on. One sec. I got you. I got you.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, okay. So I would probably have to say, sheesh. I'd probably say J. Cole's album, The Sideline Story.
I
Like,
definitely thought you were gonna say the Born Sinners.
mm,
That's
cause
why
it's
that's why I made that face.
that's to be honest, like I started listening to Cole back in 2010.
Hmm.
So man, and it's crazy because like I was roommates with his first cousin from like 2015 to 2018. Because my brother, one of my brothers also went to Morehouse,
Hmm.
and he met uh J. Cole's cousin at Morehouse. So I used to stay with them and everything. So it's like I used to hear a whole bunch of exclusives and stuff, like unreleased stuff. Uh,
I just know it was beautiful.
oh, definitely.
I just know, man, it's that, but it's just a rare thing to hear somebody say like that's like their top tier rap album because it is a top
Mhm.
tier rap album.
No,
It's
definitely.
hit after hit. Shout out to J. Cole. So what's the
Hmm.
last song you listened to?
My song, Price Tag.
Price tag. Okay. Make sure I go type in the price tag.
Yeah.
What's one word to describe your upcoming music?
Mm. One word to describe my upcoming music. I'd say I'm supposed to be answering these questions like that, right?
Kinda, but they're good questions. It's not the easiest.
All right. I'd say liberating.
Okay, I like that. I like that answer.
Hmm.
Lyric or the beats 1st.
Beats first.
Hmm. Dream collaborator.
Sheesh. Probably scissor.
That's that girl. Your
Hmm.
favorite album to drive to.
Uh, okay. It depends on the time of day. Does it matter?
Let's do early morning favorite album to drive to.
Damn. Turn up music. Probably. Damn, man, you killing me with these questions. There's so much music out there. Um, okay, ballpark probably. I want to say if I want to be turned up, like to start my day, or I'd say Sada Baby, one of Sada Baby's albums.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to go motivational, I'd say I'd probably say a J. Cole album.
Okay. Okay. J. Cole or Soda Baby. Hmm.
Hmm.
So if you could say, what's one thing you would want to get across to to anybody who would not only be your fan, but even just to hear from you? What's one thing you would love to say to them?
Um, Pretty much like don't take no for an answer.
Hmm.
Block out all the noise. If you have a goal, if you're certain about something in your heart, follow that. Because that's one thing I've always depended on other people's advice, and that's what kind of stalled me, or kind of like, yeah, stalled my career in a sense. So like at the end of the day, don't go off somebody else's advice. Just, you know what I'm saying, go off of your gut feeling.
You know, I love that. And if you were making music right now, what would you be doing?
Shit, probably playing sports, probably playing baseball for some major league team.
Very sure. So
Hmm.
we got Sean Christopher, the amazing songwriter and artist. Like
Thank
that's missing or missed over you to give you, as well as so from Detroit, Michigan to Morehouse in Atlanta, and then back.
you. Hmm.
Yeah, and then there's more to be heard from you. What
Oh,
do you have like any drops that you might drop like might any music you might drop soon?
so after this album, my plan is to drop just single after single. I want to oversaturate the market with like probably like one single a week.
Hmm.
Cause it's like if you see like we have new emerging artists, like they're using like enhancements and stuff like to help them, like people who have never done music before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have to make sure I drop consistently, like at least once a week. That's my goal. One single a week, or at least not if not every week, every other week.
So we can look forward to hearing your music live. I
Hmm.
listen to some of your snippets. I'm like, I like your flow. It reminds me of because I didn't want to say Bryson because it wasn't Bryson.
Hmm.
Like, because it's not Bryson, but it's not the like I because I can hear the Drake. I don't know, but your flow, I feel like you have a very individualistic flow.
Hmm.
So I
I
hope
try
listening to
like
that.
I spent the past 10 years critiquing my song. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, my earlier stages you can hear Party Next Door, Drake, Bryson, but it's like I as years went on, like I used to use heavy auto tune on my vocals, so like
Mm-hmm.
I like recently I've been like just cutting back on that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you said you do music.
I sing, so like I write poetry, I sing, but I just can't. So like,
What
but
you
like
mean you can't?
I always say that if I were to make music, I would like
Hmm.
do how her like you knew who she was, but
Oh yeah,
her
yeah, yeah.
face and shit you didn't really know. I would do that, and in my like main dream is to like do um I don't want to say backup because you know how there's So it's not, it's the main ad libs of the song. I know there's an actual word for it, but like the main ad lib, it's an undertone. It's not the chorus, it's not the ad libs, but it's a main piece that you hear within the music. It's almost a part of the beat.
So like samples.
Yes, that's what I kind of, because like I have a very melodic voice, I feel like. So that's what I would prefer to do. But it's
Or that show assignment by the end of the year. Start doing that. Lock in. It's the time is now. Like I don't know if you feel this, but like there's like a shift that's happening right now.
you
Like
know,
like people who are achieving their goals are actually like getting somewhere. Like they're for the longest there was like a stagnant, like you know what I'm saying, like a stagnant type of energy or whatever. But like now, like things are literally starting to give way.
you got to put into what you want to get it out.
Exactly.
Oh, you put yourself in due time.
Exactly. You
Mm.
got it. I believe in you.
Listen, now when I in next February,
Mhm.
if I'm doing something, I'm gonna tag you. Like, look at this.
For sure.
Watch.
For sure.
But that was all the questions we have for you today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
Mhm.
it.
Thank you for coming to meet with Nace at work. Until next time, we'll
All
see
right.
you.
All right now.
Nace at work.